I have come to share a massive book haul. I don't want to go too much into it, as I did mention it in my review reads wrap up, but I had a major phone malfunction and I lost everything that I had recorded that hadn't been edited or uploaded or saved outside of my phone. And I'm having to refilm everything I possibly can. However, when I say massive, I truly mean massive. So I'm not going to spend time here telling you what the books are about. I'm not going to go too much into detail of, you know, like where I found them and blah, 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 all of that good stuff. You guys know what I mean. Anyways, I also do have stuff that's coming since then, or stuff that I had that came in after filming my last book hauls that I hadn't shared yet. So it is a long list. So let's just jump right into it. The first one, I don't want to butcher the name. I know the author had shared with us the title and I want to make sure I say it right, but old brain and I can't remember. I had a live show with Rob Shepherd. Absolutely adore Rob Shepherd, and he messaged me and said, "Can I send you a gift?" Oh, yes, sure. I felt awful because of shipping costs, but he sent me a copy of Sophia, Rob Shepherd. This is based on a movie. It actually says right on the back, based on the Silent Wood Films motion picture. I am really excited to when I can dive into this. And not only did he send me this, Rob Shepherd also sent me this with his signature on it, horror author, which I am just like, because I've never had a signature before, and now I have a signature that I can just cherish forever. But that's not all. He also sent me this lanyard with Semi-Animus, Rob Shepherd. I loved this book. If you guys don't know Rob, or you haven't read any of his work, you definitely need to. And you need to go head over and check out the live show that I did with him, because he is one freaking awesome guy. I just love and adore him so much. And his writing is awesome. Okay, and then this just came in the other day, and I was not expecting it to be this large. I knew what it was based around, but it was still really fun to receive. That's Mr. Sucky by Duncan P. Bradshaw. You guys, it's huge. It's huge. It literally is the size of like a vacuum manual, and that's I mean, yeah, obviously that's what it's supposed to be around. It's supposed to look like a vacuum manual. But yeah, it's huge. It truly is the size of a vacuum manual. A vacuum manual, get it out. And it's got that look. Oh, it's not picking it up too well, but it's got that look like it was printed on, you know, like older paper. It's got some fun on the back. I'm really excited to read Mr. Sucky. Again, if you don't know Duncan P. Bradshaw, love his work. He's hilarious. He's gory. He's vulgar at times, but I love his work and I can't wait to read Mr. Sucky. The next one I have here is Don't Call It All by Robbie Miles. Read it, loved it, and it was up in my most recent review reads wrap up. Then I have The Toy Maker by Sergio Gomez. Wanted to pick up his work forever and I didn't know where to start, and NW Reader Christina had put up a post of The Toy Maker and I was like, you know what, I've had that on my list forever. I'm making an order. I might as well just jump on and get it. So I did. Then I have Twisted Tainted Tales by the lovely Janine Pipe. Really excited to get into this one, and the cover is incredible. And then I have Golf by Shelley Campbell. Again, I did a live show with Shelley, so I'll make sure to link that down below so you can go and check that out. If I don't forget, you know, old brain. I received this through Silver Shamrock Publishing. Then I have a copy of the Boathouse Murders Bevan Jones series by David Goslin. This was so kindly sent to me by the lovely Leah Lindemann. She had talked about it on her channel. I told her I loved the cover and the concept of the story sounded really good. She said she had an extra copy and she was so sweet and she sent it my way. So thank you so much, Leah. I'm excited for when I can jump into this. I picked up a copy of The Hellbound Heart by Clive Barker. Love this. Love the lime green yellow spine on it. And I really love the font in it. It's like really thick, you know, bold font. And it's not that long of a read. So I'm excited for that one. Then I picked up Self-Storage by Jay Bonanzinga. I have wanted to read this forever. Jay Bonanzinga is the author of the Walking Dead novel series, and I saw this one years ago, but it was only in hardcover, but I don't think it was in print anymore, and the hardcover was like $60 to $65 Canadian used, and I thought, you know what, like if it's a really fantastic story, the hardcover is gorgeous, I'm definitely going to go out and buy it, or I want to buy it, but you know, you don't know until you read it. So I did see that they released it in paperback recently, so I had to get my hands on it, and I can't wait to read it. And I'm hoping to do a buddy read with Kelly from Kelly Hooked on Books at some point, because I sent her a copy so that we could buddy read it in the future when we can fit it in, of course. The next I have here is Revelation Puppet Cycle Book 1 by Donna J.W. Monroe. Again, she was one of the fantastic authors that took part in one of my Women in Horror Month live shows back in February. This sounded fantastic. She was so kind. She sent me a copy, and I'm hoping to buddy read this with Linda from Linda's World of Books. When we get a chance, I gifted her a copy so that we can jump to it as soon as we get a chance. I picked up a copy of Tome by Ross Jeffrey. Y'all know I loved Juniper by Ross Jeffrey, so I can't wait to read this one. And Ross is coming on my channel for a live show, so I'm gonna make sure I get this read before that live show, and I'm really looking forward to it. Then I did my first order ever through Thrift Books. I got 2 books in here from them, but the first one I got here is Deadfall Hotel. I heard Lydia from Typical Books talk about this. It sounded really good. I really love the cover, everything about it, and it came in really good shape, so I can't wait to dive into this one. The other book from Thrift Books is somewhere in this pile, so we'll get to it eventually. Beasts of the Caliber Lodge by L.J. Docherty. Loved it. It was in my most recent review reads wrap up. The Vigilante Game, and this is by Megan Scott Mullen. Love the series. This is book 3 in the trilogy. I'm just gonna say series because I'm hoping that Megan's gonna go further with it. I read this, suggested it to Linda a long time ago. She really loved the first 2 books, so I made sure to gift her this one, so again we can plan to buddy read the next book in this series as soon as we can. I love this cover too. This is like all of like your nerdy stuff. This is filled with comic books, comic cons, drag queens, a very sexy detective. So this is more of like nerdy Nichi right here. Yeah. Then I got a copy of Double Vision by Hamlin Bird. Thank you so much, Hamlin, for sending me a copy. Again, I gifted a copy to Linda because she was really intrigued by this book, so we wanted buddy read this one as well. Hamlin did send me other goodies along with it, but I filmed the first video, put those away in safekeeping, so I don't have them with me. But one of them, he actually drew a picture of me, which was freaking awesome. Okay. It wasn't a picture of me, but because it was so awesome, I wanted to say that it was a picture of me. Anyways, really excited to be able to jump into this one as soon as we can. Then I got a copy of The Crucifixion Experiments by Gord Rollo, and this came to me from Silver Stomach Publishing. Sounds really good, cover's awesome, can't wait to jump into this one. And I received a copy of Brian Pinkerton's The Nirvana Effect. This was sent to me so kindly by Flame Tree Press. I'm really excited to jump into this one. It sounds really good, right up my alley. It's leaning more on that sci-fi side, so I can't wait to read this one. I received a copy of Bad Girl in the Box by Tim Curran, again through Silver Stomach Publishing, and this cover just gives me all the freaking creeps. I picked up a copy of Dark Hilarity by Joseph Sale. Heard so much about this one, had to get my hands on it. Love the cover. Joseph is an awesome guy. So like always, I can't wait till I can pick up this one and dive right into it. Colin C. Martin was so kind and sent me the next book in his series. This is Tales of Horror and Madness. Now I haven't read the first one, which is the Ringmaster's Interview, but I can't wait till I can. I'm gonna have to push them up there on the list, and then I can binge read the first book and the second book all at once. This was a really kind gift to receive. I wasn't expecting it. It was such a surprise. The next 3 I received through my Abominable Book Club box, which was my May box. I've got The Others. I've got a magazine called Black Static. Really excited for this one to be able to go and check out some new authors, new to me authors. It says 78, 79. So I'm assuming this is the deluxe edition magazine 78 and 79 editions. I'm not sure, I could be wrong. And then I received my used copy, my secondhand book, which is City of the Dead by Brian Keene. I haven't read any of Brian's work, can't wait. I'm super excited. I love the cover, and this one sounds right up my alley. Then Tim was so kind and sent me a copy of Heart Strange and Dreadful. This is his piece. I didn't realize that Tim was a fellow Canadian. Feel awful, but I'm so excited that I figured that out. This sounds awesome, and I know Brad has been reading it and he's been enjoying it so far. So again, like all of these books, I can't wait to jump into this one. Then Linda was so kind and she sent me two books that she's interested in reading and she wants to buddy read them with me. One of them is True Crime by Samantha Kolsnick. If you guys know, I've already read this one. I actually listened to the audiobook version. So I still had this on my list to pick up, so I had a physical copy of it. So I'm super, super excited that Linda sent me a copy because now I have a physical copy. And I told her that it was really good and that I would definitely reread it so that we can buddy read it together. So I look forward to that. The next one she sent to me is The House Next Door by Anna Rivers Siddons. This was actually supposed to be our May pick for the From Hell book club, but at the time I didn't have a physical copy of it. I couldn't find it on audiobook and I had to back out because I couldn't fit it in if I got it. If I did order it, I wouldn't get it in time to be able to fit it in before the end of the month. Anyhow, so I missed out, but Linda sent me a copy, so now I will get to read it. I'm just going to be behind times, but I will be able to jump in and discuss it with the group later on, and I will get to buddy read it with Linda. Then I picked up Black Gate Omnibus. This is by Joseph Sales. Well, this is all 3 volumes in one tome. So this is 3 books in one. It is a huge beast of a girl, and it's got like really small font, you know? You see that? Anyways, I'm really excited. I don't know when I'll be able to read this and dive into it, but I am excited. It sounds fantastic. Love the cover, and just like Dark Hilarity, I'm excited to read this, and Joseph is an awesome guy, like I said. The next 2 I picked up through Book Outlet. One of them I had on my list more for around the Christmas season, and then the other one I had on my list forever in hardcover, but it's like almost like $40 in Canadian in hardcover, and they had it for like super cheap. Plus there was like a 15% sale, so I had to snatch it. The first one is Secret Santa. This one I will probably be holding on to have a darker read around the holiday season. And then I picked up The Living Dead. That's right. This book is $37.99, so $38 new Canadian. And I think I got it for like 10 or less. So yeah, awesome deal. So happy I grabbed a copy. Then I picked up a copy of Stage Fright. This is by Garrett Boatman. This is our June pick for the From Hell book club. I'm already partway through it because we are in June, and sadly I'm not enjoying it as much as I wanted to. But you know, who knows? Maybe it will just rock my socks off near the end of the book. Then I picked up a copy of The Virus by Damian Lee. You know me, I love zombies, so I can't wait till I can read this one. And that cover is all the dark, gory blood goodness. Then I picked up a copy of Ungodly by Braden Riddick. This cover, I freaking love it. It looks simplistic, but there's so much detail. Braden is such an awesome guy. If you don't know him, go head over, check out his socials. He's awesome, such a sweetheart, and I cannot wait to read this. I picked up a copy because Braden will be coming on my channel for a live show at some point. I mean, I can't wait to read this. It sounds so good. Then I picked up a copy of Voodoo Child by Thomas Gloom. The cover, instantly, like that, I had to have it. It looked freaking awesome. Again, Thomas is another awesome guy. It sounds great. I cannot wait till I can get diving into this one. Who knows? It's not like chocolate though. It's not any type of food. These don't go bad. They don't spoil. They don't expire. So when I get to it, I'll get to it. Even though I may not get to it soon, I still have it on my shelves for when I'm ready to read it, right? And I picked up a copy of The Cure by Matt Drabble. Again, it says, how far would you go? I love the cover. I love the colors, you know, the black background with the splashes of color. Again, she's another big girl. She's got a really cool back as well. And I am really excited to dive into this one. This one came out in June, actually, and Matt actually sent me a copy of this on Kindle to be able to read and review. I let him know. He knows that I may not get to it right away because of my review reads, but I mean, I wanted to have a copy of it anyways, just for the cover alone. So I can't wait to dive into this one. You know, I just wish I could read all the books all at once, retain it, enjoy it, and just consume it so that when the next batches of books come out, I can get all of those, read them, and consume them all at once. It would be the ideal bookish superhero trait. I'm telling you, it would. The next 3 I picked up at a local indie bookshop that I have been wanting to go to forever. I mean forever, and I could never get there, or I wasn't in the area. Anyways, I was there. So I picked up 3 books, and these are actually local authors to myself, so I'm excited to be able to dive into them. I've got Of Witches, and this is by Steve Stredd. Really excited to dive into this one. I've got The Window in the Ground, again by Steve Stredd. And what's really cool is these 2 are signed, but he actually dated them as well. You can see when they were dropped off at that location. So I think that's really, what a cool idea. That's an awesome idea. Then I picked up Rave by Con Lavery. Again, these are all local authors to me. I'm excited to dive into these. I think they're going to be so good. The covers are fantastic. It is just all of the dark, delicious, bookish goodness you could ask for. Try saying that 5 times. Oh, I finally got to the second book that I picked up through Thrift Books. So it is a hardcover edition of The Kill Riff. I am really excited to dive into this one. I love this cover. I paid way too little for it, if you ask me. It's in fantastic condition, and I don't know, something about this. And since I saw this in one of the polls for our From Hell book club, I wanted to read it. Even though it hasn't been picked as one of our picks for reading it yet, that's okay. I had to have it, and I found it in a really cool hardcover. So, I mean, what more could you ask for? And lastly, I picked up a copy of Josh Malerman's Goblin, a novel in 6 novellas. I am really excited to read this one. I am behind the game. I know so many people have already got to it, read it, loved it, enjoyed it. Some said that it's not what they were expecting, but they still really, really enjoyed it. Cover is freaking gorgeous. Josh Malerman is awesome. So I'm looking forward to reading this one. There you have it. That is all the books that I picked up recently. I do have another book haul as well. I'm not sure if it went up before or after this video. Anyhow, that's all the books that I have hauled recently. Do you have any of these books on your TBR? Are you planning on picking any of them up? Do you want to buddy read any of them with me? Hope you enjoyed that. Thank you for sitting with me for this long video in this massive haul. Can't wait to read all of them. And I will see you guys all in my next bookish video.